Dobra, lecimy dalej z tym Enderalem. Witam cię serdecznie bardzo. Dobra, żeby nie wykorzystywać teleportów, za które de facto i tak musimy zapłacić, to zróbmy to tak. I przelecimy się tym ptaszkiem takim tam, tym smokoptaszkiem. Czy smokokozą? Czego to w sumie jest podobne? Nawet kurde nie wiem. W sumie to najbardziej mi przypomina... nie pamiętam jak się nazywało to stworzenie. Nie wiem czy oglądaliście Legendę Anga. On poruszał się czymś podobnym w sumie. No podobne to było. Serial animowany, aczkolwiek film jeszcze był też. Władca wiatru, coś takiego? Tak się chyba nazywało? No dobra, no to udajmy się w takim razie do Ark. No hello. Nie interesuj się. Dobra, teraz pytanie, czy my tu znajdziemy od razu... Jest. Znak. My musimy się udać do Sun Temple. Ward of something momentous. Najpierw pogadajmy sobie z babeczką. Tu misja jest tutaj, tego. Także... Siemka.
I heard about what happened on Half Moon Island. It's a wonder you and that mercenary made it back alive. But war, it just seems so unreal. How has it come to this? Now we not only have to fight these high ones, but also some fanatic who thinks he knows best.
Dzień jak co dzień. Korek seems to convince that he's doing right, almost as the highest ones using him.
If they are, then maybe we were foolish to think that the Red Madness is the only weapon at their disposal. Tell me, Saira, how is it possible that our beliefs about what's best for mankind are so different? Why are we so eager to be at each other's throats?
Balance often seems like easy answer.
Suffering leads to more suffering. Yes, that makes sense. You know what I find so hard to understand? Why there are so few people who actually care. So few people who feel the need to change something like you and I do. There are moments I just feel so powerless. As if we all know that if we keep going like this, we're headed for a catastrophe. But instead of changing course, we just stand by and watch. Do you know the feeling?
Yeah, too well.
I thought so. Whenever I think about it, I find it so hard not to get angry. Take all those upper city snobs with their colorful garments and exotic perfumes. They could put all that money to such good use if only they wanted to, but no, they don't, because they just don't give a damn about the poor. Sometimes I imagine going down there, grabbing one of them by the collar and dragging them down into the Undercity. And there I'd force them to see, just for once. But even that probably wouldn't help. I guess we only care about the things that directly affect us. Who fights against poverty if he's never suffered from it?
No w sumie to rozumiem o czym mówisz, ale no, kurwie nic nie da, nie?
And once again, you've had to listen to another deluge of my whining.
Super.
I guess I'm just not a person for pleasantries. Sorry. Anyway, I need to make some preparations now. Master Bartar requested my support with something, and I shouldn't keep him waiting any longer.
Dum, 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 dum. Idziemy teraz zareportować o obrocie spraw. Tu do góry musimy iść w takim razie. Pewnie nas zbeszta. Coś ty kurwa narobił. Miało to wyglądać inaczej. No ale cóż. Zaskoczyli nas. Było ich 1 sztuka. Zaskoczyli nas. Bo było ich 2. On i jego szpada.
You know his demands. There's no
To było piękne. Spadłem i od razu się skrypt załączył.
The writings, the memories of the prophet. If he just realized.
My dams, my sirs.
Shit. What took you so long? And where is Constantine?
That's a long story.
And those were his final words? I can't believe it.
Simply another victim of the High Ones. If we do not activate the beacon soon, he won't be the last.
Oh, right. The beacon. If it's activated, we'll simply glow the red madness away, won't we? Or maybe we could, for once in all this, do something that actually makes sense and focus our resources on finding an alchemistical or thaumaturgical solution to this problem, rather than trusting in a pile of scrap metal.
Oh, by the prophet's ass, won't you just shut up for a minute? All day long you do nothing but babble, getting on our nerves, and nothing you ever say gets any closer to a fucking solution. So why don't you just shove off to one of the bathhouses? Go torture the washerwomen with your never-ending lamentations. That would be helpful for a change.
You will take that back.
Will I? Come here and make me. I'd be delighted.
Blasphemy.
Guard your
This
tongue,
is blasphemy.
wild mage, or...
Or what? Are you gonna kill me? That's what you do best, you and your fucking order.
Silence! You are angry, Lishari Pegast, and I understand why. But in the moment you let that anger destroy this alliance, Firespark's sacrifice will have been in vain. Is that what you want? Is that what you want?
No. No, it isn't.
Good. I am tired of this endless bickering. We have a responsibility, and we will fulfill it.
Well said, Orantheon. And how exactly do you think we are going to do that? Without the sources, the beacon is as worthless as a heap of rusty iron.
The chroniclers are on it, and they will find the answer. Novice, tell Commander Aaron to join us. We need to plan the defense of the land. You, Prophet, will come to me as soon as you have recovered. Now, let us get to work.
Dobra, leave
Please, Tilor. Jorik is right.
the Emporium.
The sun be praised you've made it. Constantine. He didn't deserve this. It's just not fair.
Yes, the beacon.
Maybe his mind was not strong enough for this.
Then none of us are strong enough. Yeah, Constantine wasn't exactly the most approachable fellow, but he was a damn skilled mage. I have to talk to you as soon as possible. It's about the seal in that letter we found on the mercenaries in Old Rashengrad. I believe I'm onto something.
I've made decisions driven by fear and selfishness before.
Really? Well,
Their client is from Enderal. From Ark, to be more precise. Let's not talk here, though. Meet me in the Dancing Nomad. I'll be in the first room upstairs, right at the end of the staircase. And hurry.
Why are you secretive?
Well, why do you think? Come to the Dancing Nomad after you've spoken with Oranthiel. See you there.
Aha, i tak muszę z nimi poczekać. Dobra, czekaj, bo ja muszę iść tu... A znowu tutaj? Do tego... Nie. Shush. What was about your argument with Natara in Emporium?
Irrelevant.
Jak nieważne.
This madman, Koarek. He has completely reshuffled the cards. Now we not only have to deal with the High Ones, but also with him and his fanatics. However, there's also good news. You have probably seen it already.
You managed to reconstruct the beacon.
Physically, yes. And we also know how it works now, and how it can put an end to the cycle.
No i jak?
It is easier than we thought. The beacon was constructed for one thing, to destroy the High Ones. Once reconstructed, infused with energy and activated, lit, as the Pyreans called it, it can banish the High Ones from this plane of existence.
To jak to właściwie działa?
Material, indeed. Essentially, they can be compared to the cold or to shadows. Omnipresent elements, yet we cannot touch them. Energy, if you will. However, there is a counterpart to each energy. Cold and fire, shadow and light, the High Ones and the beacon.
So, you mean that the beacon is some kind of counterpart to what?
Yes.
Jesus.
Imagine a torch driving away the darkness in the moment it is ignited. This is what the beacon can do, except that the banishing will be permanent. Yes, as I said, it needs to be infused with energy before it can be lit. I take it you have noticed the 3 sockets on its base. They are what it draws its power from. Once they are filled, the beacon can be ignited and the High Ones will be undone, once and for all. At least, if the old writings are true. The only thing left for us to find out is what these energy sources are. But we are close. Give the Arcanists some more time and I will let you know if there's any news. In the meantime, get equipped accordingly. Some of the Neremes have landed already, and outbreaks of the Red Madness become more and more frequent as we speak.
The trophy shop. What did she demand?
Well, it's only fair to tell you. You've always been honest to me, so I will do the same.
Super.
Have you ever heard of the Night of the Thousand Fires?
No, coś tam może.
Between 8,192 and 8,202, there was an underground movement in Kira called the Red Half Moon. They were brought into being by a group of intellectuals and philosophers who, under all the freedom of thought Saldrine granted them, started questioning the reign of the Golden Queen, and thus the Lightborn themselves.
Wolność poprzez... Aha, wolność dla rzeczy dla Saldrine? zagwarantowała im to? Bo co masz przez to na myśli? Sorry, bo to tak zbyt... No nie wsłuchuję się w to, nie chcę tego słuchać, bo to jest taki śmietnik. Jest tyle informacji takich śmietnikowych, ciężkich też do przetłumaczenia. No i to wszystko się nakłada na siebie i się nie chce.
Where people do nothing but discuss the reason for being all day long. An appealing thought if you hear it for the first time. But a cunning people isn't easy to rein. There have been more revolts and riots in Kira than bones in a graveyard, and the Red Half Moon was the worst of them.
So this Red Half Moon tried to end off range of gods, just like your son did, correct?
Correct, just as my son did. But other than him, they fought like cowards. Terror, dust crystals planted in the marketplaces, and assassinations, you name it. If they killed innocents, they blamed the Golden Queen, and if they killed her soldiers, they celebrated themselves as liberators. However, they never succeeded in putting her down, and neither did she in destroying them, which is why the court turned to the Lightborn for help. A division of the Holy Order led by me, a young keeper of barely 30 winters. None to be taken seriously. You know, not everywhere is the Order as present as here on Enderal, or as it once was on Naren. In Kira, we were ridiculed. I saw the Kiranian keepers who served the Golden Queen. A bunch of decadent gluttons who had dedicated themselves to the court's banquets rather than to the will of the gods. They were pathetic. A moon after our arrival, we received an anonymous tip on where one of the half-moon's bases was supposed to be located, in a small coastal village. As we entered it, we were greeted by the township's elders, and the villagers themselves had gathered behind them. You should have seen how they stared at us, as if we were plunderers. I should have seen by then that something was wrong.
The entire thing was a trap.
That's what they wanted us to think, and they did a good job at that. A veiled person here, an archer on the rooftops there. I got nervous, because villagers are not, they bested us in numbers, and they had kettled us. Then a man seemed to charge at us, and I gave the order to draw weapons. It was just the spark they needed.
It came to fight.
No, not a fight. A massacre. The villagers had pitchforks and shepherd staffs, and we had shadow steel swords, let alone the fact that we were trained warriors. I realized that I had made a mistake a split second after it started, but it was too late by then. My men, they slaughtered them all, like pigs. At the end of the day, 300 people were dead, and only 10 of them were keepers.
So the Red Half Moon set up all this, I get it. But why? Why would they want the entire village slayed?
What better proof of the Lightborn's cruelty is there?
Dobra, tej całej historii nie chcę słuchać.
I should the Lightborn, but I learned that will never happen again.
Dobra, bez sensu to było. Za dużo historii, jakby, której i tak nawet nie słuchałem, więc no. Tyle by było z tej historii, której tak nie posłuchałem. No po prostu jakby wyłączam się już w momencie, kiedy oni coś gadają, bo jest tego tyle, że jakbym się miał skupić, to wylałoby się na tym pewno tonę żenady. Noble Quarters jest Dancing Nomad? A nie pamiętam teraz, w których dokładnie jest. Musimy to zaraz zbadać. No nie trafiłem. Foreign Quarter. Dobra, to chyba... No, trafiłem. No 6. Co tam, Jespar? What are your thoughts on the current
Well, what
events?
should I think about it? It starts getting really ugly. Even if Nerim manages to only get 1/5 of their army over here, the Order has a massive problem. Plus, most soldiers of the city guard have never used their weapons on anything else than training dummies, while the Nerimese have been hardened by 2 decades of civil war. I truly hope this Korak comes to senses. Somehow. Yeah, I did. Why do you ask? Well, I guess that depends on where you're standing. Of course, times can be tough, especially if you come to a new city or even country where you know nobody. But if you're good at what you do, which I am, there's always work, everywhere. And yeah, I don't eat God's tongue for breakfast, but it was always enough for a roof over my head when I wanted. And some other earthly pleasures. That's what life's all about, isn't it?
No dobra, ale ja się miałem chyba z tobą spotkać w innym temacie trochę, co? Co jest do... Aha, ja myślałem tutaj nie z tobą, tylko z... No ładnie.
Prophet, are you in there? Garage, what? Why? What have you done?
I couldn't ask the same thing. Strange consequences you hear.
Watch your tongue, Shari. Be glad that the blood is already dry, or else you'd be nothing but a pile of bones by now. Forgive me. I just can't believe it. Anyone but Lishari? Yes, I know, Nea. But she was a good woman. We both know that we're not involved in this. So please tell me why you and Lishari wanted to meet up here? Were the two of you close? It's been a while since there was a man at Lishari's side. I see. But who has killed her then? This doesn't make any sense. Maybe the murderer has left a clue. We have to search.
Dobra. P. Pieniążki, pieniążki, kochane pieniążki. O!
What's this? Let me see. Yes! This could be our clue.
Glimmer dust bottle.
No, certainly not. But come to think about it, it doesn't really help us either. There are so many dust addicts in Ark, it would take years just to count them. Oh, by the name of the sun, I will inform the Order. Yes, you do that. But come back to the temple as soon as you're finished, all right? The Archmagister has found something out about those sources we need for the beacon, even though he paid a high price for it.
Huh? Can I help you? My sir?
Dobra, to idziemy teraz.
Hello.
You're a foreigner, aren't you?
Gdzie my mamy iść? Z powrotem? Okej.
I'd have crossed the Red Sea.
Cyk. Jaki jest kolejny krok? Tu, na górę.
The prodigy, huh?
Ah, if it isn't the prophet. What's wrong? You look troubled.
I didn't think I would say this, but thank you.
Sharish is dead. Someone murdered
I
her.
know. Shah-Rim has already told me. I hardly knew her, but it's horrible. Different ideologies or not, she was a fine young mage, and her knowledge of the Pyreans was impressive. I need to find the ones who did this, and fast. But you probably already know that. Thank Malphus we just had a breakthrough with the beacon.
Yeah, Yuslan told me about that. Does mean we now know what's missing.
At least as far
Jesus.
as the sockets go, yes.
Jaki łamacz
In the
słowny.
tablets you found in old Dothugrad, there's talk of black embers, which are supposed to be some kind of energy supply for the machine.
Black embers? Any clues so what could be?
This is what we've been asking ourselves over the past few weeks, and then it fell like pelt from our eyes. The Pyreans were talking about the black pearls. Old jewels, sometimes known as blackstones. They appeared for the first time in the Golden Era, and every self-important noble literally fought to get one in his possession. Apparently they originated from Stormwind, the old city in the heart of Octwind. They changed owners for decades, sometimes by violence, sometimes by gold. The whole thing only stopped when the owners took note of an undesirable side effect, if you like.
Let me guess, the stones were somehow cursed.
No, at least not with any known magic. And that's what's so strange about it. Nevertheless, all of their owners eventually shared the same fate. Countess Catua from Nerim, for example, whose castle burnt down to its foundations. According to a survivor of this tragedy, she was to blame for that. He claimed that he saw her the night it happened, laughing hysterically and dancing in the dining room and summoning waves of fire all around her. She was not previously known to have any magical talent in her.
So these jewels somehow gave the owners magical powers?
Correct. Plus, all of them eventually showed similar symptoms of delusion, like those possessed by the Red Madness do. A peculiar coincidence, if you ask me.
That's one way to put it. What happens once word got out into the public? That stones were cursed?
Not quite.
Może nie będzie tak źle.
Those who owned a pearl tried to get rid of it, or lock it up somewhere safe, and eventually they fell into oblivion. Tell him your theory, Archmagister.
Yes, of course.
Dzień dobry.
We believe that the stones carry energy, pure, uncontrolled magic, and that the High Ones use them for their own purposes.
You mean the High Ones use these pearls to deliberately drive people into madness?
Correct. The pearls' magic make their owners powerful, but the High Ones befoul them, so to speak. Like a poisoned potion. I know it sounds odd, but the parallels are too striking to ignore. The red shimmer in the victim's eyes, the slow descent into madness, and ultimately this irrational, destructive act of violence.
No ale to wszystko się działo dawno temu. I thought the High One appreciated before the cleansing.
That's what we thought too, but it seems that we were wrong. Maybe the High Ones never leave our planes at all, even after the cleansing. Maybe they are even part of this world, just like the tides or the elements. And the death of the gods is only what really sets them rolling, so to speak.
No widzę. Czyli to może być
That's
to?
what we think, yes. Nothing
Że
else
na
in
to
this
energię
world possesses
temu
that much raw power.
beaconowi.
Which is why you will find them for us.
Dobra, ale gdzie mam ich szukać przede wszystkim?
That's right. But we don't need all of them. The beacon has 3 sockets, and that is how many of the stones we will acquire. Archmagister.
I studied the history of the pearls as a young arcanist, and I think that my notes might give you some hints as to where you should start looking. Give me until tomorrow. By then I will
A, to jeszcze mamy
prepare the relevant
czekać?
excerpts.
Alright.
Just come to me whenever you have questions.
And hurry. I take it you have already noticed this.
Dobra, mamy gdzieś
Mary
możliwość
Lee's troops
przespania
are
się.
growing our land and building outposts, and the red madness is also getting worse as we speak. Now go, Prophet. The sooner we find these stones, the better.
Ciekawe, czy to się w ogóle ruszy.
Pathlessness wherever you look. Where is this
A mogę sobie
supposed
tutaj
to
tak
lead?
czekać teraz? Ej, no bez kitu. Łóżek tu nie mają. Ja bym chciał szybko poczekać, a nie kuźwa. Ech. Zagramy do bija. Owned. No. Serio. O, jest, mogę się tu przespać, to git. Okay.
Yes, that just might work.
Hello.
Hello.
How reconstructions?
Well, finding out like a child, asked to understand the function. Ah, yes, here. There they are. I've marked the most relevant parts so you don't have to read the entire book. Just see if they tell you anything that could give you a clue as to where you should start searching. I will be waiting at the beacon.
Pathlessness wherever you look.
Dobra.
Where is this supposed to lead?
1000 punktów dostałem za to. Blacklight. Read Lexil Notes. Lexil Notes. O, czekajcie, tu jest grzybek tak w ogóle. Okej. Gdzie to było? Tu będzie chyba. Lexil's Notes.
This doesn't make any sense.
A Song in the Silence. Enter Eternal Legion. All the Dead Souls. What the fuck? Ile tu się misji nagle zrobiło?
Remind me not to burst into tears.
Yes.
Move along.
Yep. To idziemy w takim razie do Undercity, tylko nie pamiętam w którym to miejscu było, chyba na Marketplace, ale mogę się mylić. Mogę się mylić. House of the Apothecary.
What do you want? To conquer me?
What?
The
Who
Onder
are
sent
you,
me.
really? And what could someone working for the Order bring down to a place like this and risk spoiling his fine garments? A
black
no idea what you're talking about. Now, is there something else? If not, leave. Time is sparse these days.
Okej. Kalia.
Son, there you are. I've been looking for you.
Kalia, co ty właściwie tu robisz?
You. It's about your mission. I know that the Grandmaster ordered you to find the Black Stones, and I believe I know where to find the one you were looking for down here.
You do? Where?
Far away from here, and I can show you where. The only thing I ask of you is that no one must know about my part in this. Promise me that, and I'll tell you what I know.
I promise.
Thanks. Believe me, I don't like this any more than you do. Come, follow me.
Idę, laska. Idziemy. Idziemy,
This
laska.
poverty. It's incredible how little we think of it up there. I guess it's easy to forget about the other side of the coin once you haven't seen it for a while.
Tutaj?
Alright, this is better. Have you ever heard the name Dalgalar?
Coś mi to mówi. Told me about him once. The healer of the poor.
Healer of the poor.
A właśnie.
Yes, that's what some people called him. It doesn't do him justice, though. Dalgalar helped everyone regardless of his wealth. The only difference was that he had the rich people pay for their treatment. Do you also remember why he left Ark?
Bardziej... No tak mgliście, to jest chyba właśnie to się tak tłumaczy.
Yes. For him, the end justified the means. For example, it is said that he once healed a crippled soldier by replacing his lost leg. The League considered such practices pathless, but Dalgalar refused to give in, and that is how they came to blows. Finally, Dalgalar left Ark and moved into a remote old castle in the Frostcliff Mountains.
That's so typical. He tried to help people. That's what should matter.
True, but people fear what they don't know. It has always been like that. I guess you know the rest of the story. He became more and more reclusive until one day he locked the gates and was never heard from again. The apothecaries say that it was his eccentricity which was to blame, but I think there is more to it than that.
Let me guess, you think the Blackstone had a role in all this?
I know it did. I recently read the notes of one of the few apprentices he permitted to come with him. And this is where it gets interesting. Dalgalar researched something he only referred to as the Angel. No one but him was allowed to take part in its creation, and he hired dozens of mercenaries to get him the resources he needed for his experiments. Books, relics, rare herbs, things like that. And one of those relics was a small dark stone, shining like the skin of an eel.
The Blackstone, and you think it's responsible for what really happened in his castle?
Yes. What do you think, Saira? That does sound like a lead, doesn't it?
A good one, actually, but why all the secrecy?
I would prefer not to talk about it, but believe me, my intentions aren't bad. Now let us plan how we are going to proceed.
You're right. How do we get it's north?
Yes. I found us a map that should point the way from the Frostcliff Tavern. Go prepare yourself. I will meet you there. And thank you for helping me. I appreciate it.
Frostcliff Tavern. Dobra, no to najpierw musimy i tak się wrócić kawalątek, żeby się w ogóle przeteleportować. Albo czekajcie, przecież ja mam teleport tutaj, to po co się będę martwił? Frostcliff Tavern. Dobra, wchodzimy do środka w takim razie. Patrzymy, co się tu dzieje. Co ja tutaj wknąłem, to nawet nie wiem. Dobra, Calia.
Wouldn't recognize a tear if it was drooling in his face. But as he said, we don't know anything about that castle. And if I were you, I would stay away from it anyway. This man, this Dalgalar, he was crazy.
What makes you say that?
Well, before he, you know, shut himself in, he sent his servants down here a couple of times each moon. And every time they hired dozens of hunters to bring them dead game, rabbits, deer, and the like.
So, he probably needed them for his experiments.
Aye, my damn, but why so many? I mean, 40 cadavers a week? Must be something wrong with that. Maybe he's an entropist, a bone mage, or something like that. And maybe he wanted to use those corpses to raise an army of undead to take revenge on the League.
Rabbits, Foljek. Rabbits.
Dose makes the poison. Isn't that how you say it, my damn?
Yes, that's the saying. I need to go now. Thank you for your help. I take it you listened. I don't think we'll get more than superstitious chatter out of these people. What do you say? Should we head out?
Dobra, chodź, idziemy.
Come, follow me.
Co będziemy
Yes?
gadać? Co tu chodziło?
Cold. Well then, the castle is about 2 miles north of here. We shouldn't have any problems if we stay on the road.
Ja obstawiam, że to jest któryś z miejsc, który niedawno odkrywałem. Podejrzewam, że to może być Dalgalar. Czy tam przypadkiem nie było ostatniego z kamieni? Dobra, bo mi się nie chce za bardzo lecieć jakoś tak naokoło, więc pójdziemy sobie TCL-ką. Z racji tego, że męczy mnie już trochę brak możliwości teleportu. Podejrzewam, że gdzieś może by się dało w plikach gry to włączyć, ale... Ale tam... A tam jeszcze w ogóle jakieś coś nieodkryte jest. Ale to tego też nie muszę. Tum. Tum. A ten zamek jest w ogóle jakoś tak tutaj na podwyższeniu z tego, widzicie, dlatego, widzicie, ta droga by była piekielnie długa. Oj, piekielnie długa. Tup. Jestem na miejscu. Okej. O, dobra, czyli muszę przejść na drugą stronę, bo to jest ten problem, że Dobra, poczekam sobie tak patrząc. Bo ona tutaj chyba idzie, co? Idzie czy nie idzie? Follows you again. Poczekamy chwilę. No drepta tutaj, no to poczekamy sobie na nią. Mam nadzieję, że dosyć szybko tu przyjdzie. Idzie ona, czy nie idzie? Jak daleko ona jest? O, to już jest tutaj, okej. Czyli całkiem blisko. A może jeszcze nie? Albo ona nie wie jak tu dojść chyba, czy ona po prostu... Nie, no ja nie wiem, nie mam pojęcia. Jak da się jakoś w ogóle przyspieszyć czas trochę na przykład? Poczekajcie chwilę. Skyrim. Time. Cheat. Set. Game hour. Tu. 12 załóżmy. No jeszcze nie przylazła. No nie wierzę. Holy crap. Bo ona tam się ten. Calią will wait for you. Ona tutaj nie wejdzie. Teraz pytanie. Tylko teraz jakie Calią ma ten jeszcze player. Mi. Teraz tak. Calią. Enderal. Zero. Serio? Czekajcie. A to nie jest B, tylko 8. 8. Jest tu? Chodź. Chodź, Calią. Ej, chodź tu! Calią! Holy crap. Load. Zobaczymy, może się uda. Jakoś tak. No trzeba to jakoś zorgliczować. Nie da się tego w ten sposób. Ale lipa. Dobra, idziemy po Calię w dół. Dobra, daleko już w sumie nie ma, więc może ta druga zniknie. A jak nie, to trudno. Ice Beer. I w dupcie. Czemu ona tu stanęła? W jakim celu? To już? Koniec, tak? Aha, czy... Chodź. A nie, bo ona tutaj coś chce zrobić.
By the righteous path. Wait.
Ej, bo mnie to też pali. Bij! Kalia, co jest z tobą? Ej, bo Kalia się zniszedł.
That was all of them. Yes?
Gdzie ty idziesz? Chodź, chodź ze mną, Kalia. Idziesz? Ej, no ale gdzie ty idziesz? Kalia! Oh my fucking gosh. What is this shit right now?
It was stitched into the blank if it's really necessary. If that were the case. Usually it's just... Honestly, I would transform into... Yes, imagine he's been mauled by a... that is the... Yes.
Chodź.
Forgive me, Saira. I can't talk about this.
Chodź w tą stronę. A bo tu dwie Kalie są. Ja bym chciał jakąś taką komendę, żeby dalej się dało misję przejść po prostu, nie? To było dla mnie coś. Black lights. Nie wiem, no kurde, nie wiem, coś się zepsuło. Co za... bolączka. Kolejna bolączka. O, dobra, git, udało się.
Locked, as expected. Maybe, but the ground around here is slippery and the cliffs are steep. That could turn out poorly. Maybe we could try to break the gate open instead. But how? Black powder might do the trick, if we had any. Let me think. Northwind was a prospector's village after all, and I think I saw some kind of trapdoor down there near the mine's entrance. With luck, that could be a storage area. I suggest you take a look at it. I'll start digging the gate free in the meantime.
Dobra. Nie mów, że muszę jeszcze gdzieś iść. Aha, dobra, nie jest tak źle. Ja myślałem, że w ogóle pół mapy będę musiał, kurde, dreptać. No nie, no przecież ta gra... Ja rozumiem, utrudnili, żeby było, ale po pewnym czasie to nuży po prostu. To nie jest to, że wiecie, że bardzo ułatwia sprawę. To nuży. To nawet to nie jest, że ta gra to wiecie, że ten teleport, nieużywanie teleportu z miejsca do miejsca, no to jest takie utrudnienie. To jest sztuczne też wydłużanie tej gry tak naprawdę. Zwłaszcza, że już mam, no mówię, 70 ponad godzin, także mam już prawo się nieco irytować na pewne sprawy związane właśnie z tym. No. Spadaj! Auć. Gdzie poleciał ten? Oj tak, już na szczęście był na critical hit. A chodź tu teraz, jak już oberwałeś, to dawaj, chodź. I w dupcie dostał. A wcześniej tu nie było. Tak w ogóle, nie? I teraz bez przybliżenia dostał, a jak był przybliżony, to nie dostał. Ciekawa sprawa. Ale tylko trzeba pamiętać o tym, że te gówno wybuchają. No ja tu generalnie już chyba byłem. A może nie byłem? Holy crap. Przyjdą kolejne. Ale jeszcze musi być pająk. Frost Crawla. Przynajmniej dobrze, że nie muszę wracać teraz. Bo po prostu już sama gra mi pozwoli przejść. A, wiecie, bo ja tą lokację odkryłem po prostu nie wchodząc do środka, bo rzeczywiście było tutaj zakute to lodem i...
Well then, take cover.
Ale dupnie, dawaj. Mówię, że dupnie. To dupło.
There you go.
There you go. Idziemy. Oh shit. Nie tak to miało wyglądać, ale mamy sporo żarcia, także luźno. Weźmiemy sobie najpierw to, żeby się szybko uleczyć. I plus dorzucimy sobie jakąś tutaj żarełkową opcją. Dobra. Słuchaj, jesteśmy w środku. Musimy coś dalej ogarnąć chyba, nie?
Yes.
O.
Just breathe.
To od tego kamienia chyba coś jest.
I'm sorry,
To od tego kamienia.
was unexpected. But I guess that answers the question of what happened to Zalgalar's servants. Poor sods.
Something or someone murdered them, and do you think the Blackstone is connected to all of this?
An idealistic count, a remote castle, and a powerful artifact befouled by the High Ones. That's not too far-fetched, wouldn't you agree? We won't be able to get in through the main gate, but there has to be a side entrance. Come on, let's take a look around.
Dobra. Rozejrzyjmy się, tylko teraz prawa, lewa. W którą stronę? Zimno, co? Chodźmy do środka może gdzieś. Okej, chyba...
Huh. That one looks good if you ask me, but it's locked, isn't it?
No jest niestety. Yeah.
Who would have guessed that? We should start
No
with
kto by się spodziewał, nie? Kto by się spodziewał hiszpańskiej inkwizycji?
Declined, just like the others. If you would maybe just explain to them what we need those bodies for, they might.
I would not justify myself to those fools. If they only had a trifle of decency, they would see the debt they are in. But, as they wish, there are other ways. Tell the other servants that I do not want to be disturbed for the rest of the evening, and bring me new salve.
The salve. Of course, Master. Walk blessed.
Dobra, ale to...
To be someone with a key. Are you alright, Saira?
Yeah.
Wait, you mean in a vision? But how? I thought everything you see comes from the Pyrean Age.
Me too, but it wasn't it. I'm sure of it, and... A może on jest Pyrean, co?
That would explain why he hired so many hunters from the village. But what did he need all those cadavers for? The angel? Whatever. Let's go search those bodies for a key. Wait. Do you hear that?
Jakieś krzyki. O, yeah. Tak myślałem, że to się... Dobra, to dopiero jak wstanie to... Ja sobie tu A, plecki! Plecki! A nie, myślałem. Reawaken Servant. Dobra, ale nie, jednak klecki były, ej. Dobrze czy czuję? Dobra, trzeba ich trzymać na odległość. Wtedy będzie wygodniej. Tylko dobrze, że się uleczyłem. O, dobrze. I został chyba tylko... A nie, jeszcze jeden gdzieś tam biega. Więcej. A, tu cię mam. Dawaj. Z nich coś ciekawego wypada w ogóle. O, i mamy kluczyk.
That was all of them. Your vision must have caused this.
Mam klucz.
You should be prepared for resistance now.
Słuchaj, mam klucz, także walimy do środka.
Good. Let's see if we can get through the main hall somehow. Then we'll see.
Dobra, co my tu mamy? Co my tu mamy?
Enemies, get ready.
Servant. O ty. A skoro oni się tu przywlekli? Dobra, tędy chyba nie przejdę, więc... Scrollę. Dawaj, wszystko bierę. Węgiel. Ten się pewnie będzie budził. Bo mi się nie zdziwił. No mówiłem. I one oczywiście się muszą budzić, nie tak, żebym się ukrywał, tylko chamsko przede mną.
Focus, Calią. Focus.
Focus, 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 na fokus. Rusty Casket. Co ty tam, z kim ty się tam jeszcze bijesz? Dawaj strzały, dawaj strzały. Bo ich trochę wystrzeliwuje. Aj, miałem siedzieć. Miałem być ten składający się w mroku. Dobra, teraz tak, bo widzę, że mi się rozładowała broń. Teraz może być git. Może się będzie palić. Dziad. Dobrze. Ale tu je jadka. Pieniążki. Kurde, co tu jest za labirynt? Iść w górę, w dół. Dobra, idziemy na razie tak, jak mnie cel misji kieruje.
sight. Do you see anything? With your gift, I mean. No, but I suppose Delgalar's personal quarters would be a good place to start. I guess the big gate over there should lead us there. Let's take a look.
Yep. Mamy tu jakąś rzeźbę, ale to chyba nie o tą rzeźbę chodzi, tylko właśnie. No,
What else would you expect when breaking into someone's house? Let's see.
a! Ale to chyba nie ten znak, wydaje mi się. Też się nic nie dzieje.
I understand. This is some kind of magic seal, similar to the one Magisters once showed us in the school. You need to speak the correct words in order to pass. Two of them, it seems.
No właśnie, ale to teraz pytanie, co musimy zrobić.
Well, that's the question. But knowing Delgalar, I'm sure he chose two words that meant something to him. So if we can somehow find out more about him and what he did here, we might have a chance. If not, we'll need to look for another way in. Come, let's take a look at the two towers. I think the staircases in this hall might lead us there.
Czyli ja mam iść tutaj, tak? A, nie, czyli ja... Czekaj. Ja idę tutaj. Ty idź tam. Research room. Aha, bo musimy teraz słów kluczowych... musimy słowa kluczowe znaleźć. No to ma jakiś sens. A ty idziesz ze mną, ja myślałem, że... ty miałeś iść z tamtej strony, to byśmy szybciej to znaleźli, co trzeba. Ale że to skap... Kitram się. Ale teraz ja idę w cień, więc... Możecie mnie cmoknąć. No. Ojoj! A co to się stanęło? Umieracie? O, jeszcze strzały idą dla mnie, chyba. Tak jest. Fuck us.
That was all of them. Let's look around.
Skóra. O.
Forgive me, Master. I wanted to talk to you.
Of course you do. What's on your mind?
Forgive my words, but I find certain recent developments disquieting.
Do you?
You've changed, Master. Every day the villagers bring their sick to our gates, but you forbid us to let them in. Instead, you spend every minute with this girl. And the black stone. Haven't you heard the tales? The stones are cursed. Master, you really should...
Go and pack your things, Yulika.
What? Master, I am just worried about you.
I know, and I thank you for it. Now go. Your apprenticeship is over.
Ojoj.
Go.
Ojoj. Chyba ktoś został wyrzucony. O, a co to? Bo to jest ten Phasmalis Workbench, czego do teraz nie obczaiłem przy 70 godzinach grania, bo nie było mi to potrzebne tak naprawdę, nie? Można by tam było coś zakląć. Rzeczywiście, można by było. Nie mówię, że nie. Ale... jakoś się w to nie bawiłem. Ale można by było, bo osiągnięcie, wiecie, z tego wpada, więc...
Wait.
No właśnie, coś mi rzuciło w oczy, ale...
Scientia Sinestra by Ibn Nadarim. That was Iranian arcanist of the Zimnodza. Getting caught with one of these books is essentially a crime here in Enderal. Seems that Dal Galar needed more than just alchemy and light magic for his angel.
No. A mogę z tą książkę podpieprzyć? Nie mogę? No to szkoda. No szkoda. To chodźmy na górę. Obstawiam, że ten misiu się zaraz ruszy. I to też. Ja obstawiam, że to na nas ruszy. Prędzej czy później. Let's go. Coś tu mamy. Wygląda jak perła jakaś. Albo to ten czarny kamień właśnie. Zbierzmy co tutaj nasze. To tak powiem. Węgla nie potrzebuję.
Now we know that he didn't just stick to animals, but what is this fluid they're floating in?
I saw something like it earlier in the aged man manor. It seems to preserve the bodies somehow.
I see.
Dobra, to czekaj, ja to ruszę, co? Mogę to ruszyć, czy ty to chcesz dotknąć? To cię jebnie pewnie zaraz czymś. No właśnie.
And energy is death. A trifle less, not too much less, just a little. Don't disappoint me. Not this time.
Oj. Aha, bo tu coś kastuje sobie, tak? Czy to też nie tylko... Dobra.
Maybe that was some kind of experiment for what he planned to do with the black stone?
It was, yes. He tried to transfer the energy of the crystal to that body.
What?
This corpse here, Dalgardar experimented with them. He tried to somehow fuse energy with their bodies.
But to what end? If this device were some kind of prototype for the angel, what did he hope to use it for? This only gets more confusing. Come, let us look for the second code word. Maybe it's around here somewhere.
Dobra, no to wiecie co? Ja sobie tutaj zakończę odcinek, bo chyba już trochę czasu minęło. Zobaczymy się niedługo w kolejnym odcinku, gdzie będziemy po prostu lecieć dalej. Także na razie.